Yo, what's crack-a-lackin', guys? Today I got another Wi-Fi battle for you today against a random challenger, Jasign. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, but that's what it is. And today I'm trying out a new team. This is more of a, you'll see. So I got a Klefki, Groudon, Orcanine, Crobat, Victreebel, and a Lantern. I'm pretty much counting my Groudon as a Mega. And he's got a Slowking, Rayquaza, Umbreon, Venusaur, what looks like a Diancie, and a Greninja. So, I don't know where he got that, but that's cool and all. As usual, whomever is issuing a challenge. So he goes off and leads with the Greninja, which I pretty much thought he would because it's either that or a Talonflame nowadays, am I right? So I'm going to go ahead and set up the light screen, knowing how these things are usually especially offensive. And he does, he goes straight for a Surf. So, meanwhile, I'm there sitting like, I hope you don't switch out because I'm going to try to Thunder Wave you. Luckily he doesn't, and I get that off, which is going to cripple this thing. And I get the Parahacks in the first turn again. What's with that? I don't know. Been on a lucky streak lately. I'm going to take that opportunity, go for a Reflect, so you know, gives us nice coverage. Despite all that, he's going to go for another Surf. I guess he thought I might switch out or something that turn, but nope, I got both screens on my Klefki. I'm gonna send out Jackal, my Lantern, get it? And he's gonna go for a Surf, but I got Water Absorb, so that's gonna take in quick money right there. I'm gonna go for a Charge Beam. And the reason why is the special attack boost. This Lantern, Jackal, she carries the Assault Vest, so she's she's a special defensive monster. So, and behind those two screens, she's just gargantuan, man. So he goes for a Grass Knot, probably thinking he's gonna knock me out here. Doesn't know about the Assault Vest though. Now that my attack's up and he's a Grass type, I'm gonna give him an Ice Beam. I'm gonna freeze that frog. And it pretty much goes down there. You really should have switched to that. Should have switched out. Now he's gonna send in a Rayquaza after seeing that Ice Beam. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't tell it. But he's gonna go for an Outrage. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't think this is gonna take Jackal out. I really don't. And it doesn't. But that did a lot of damage nonetheless, so I'm going to go for that Volt Switch. It does a nice amount of damage just because of that charge we went for before. And I'm going to go into my Klefki again. Reason being is I want to try to paralyze this thing again. Hey, and I'm not being a douche because that Greninja died, right? So I can paralyze something else. So knowing it's on an Outrage streak, it's another reason I pretty much went into Klefki because it can't touch me. Can't touch this. So the light screen wears off, which means I've got to set it up again. Every time that happens, I kind of worry. And I didn't know whether this thing or not was, wow. Didn't know whether or not this thing was a Mega Venusaur. So that's what scared me as well. I never know. In these days, you never really know which set a Mega Venusaur is running, whether it's a status, Giga Drain, Leech Seed kind of thing, or more of an offensive Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, whatever, what have you, Sun Team kind of style. But that's why I switched out to my Crobat. Shade, and I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna get a Sleep Powder off, so that's great. But luckily I don't think he can hit me with anything else other than the Leech Seed, so I stay in, and of course I don't wake up. Damn it, Shade. Do Golbats or anyone of the family from Zubat, Golbat, Crobat ever have insomnia? I don't think so. Regardless, he gets the Leech Seed off, and that's annoying. It's really annoying. So, you know, I don't know what to say about Leech Seed. Not even, like, I carry Defog, but it's not really going to get rid of the Leech Seed at this point. So he goes into that Diancie, and I'm like, where the heck did you get that, bro? Good prediction on his part, because I wanted to go for the Brave Bird and knock that Venusaur back into the Stone Age. Unfortunately, it doesn't do the same to Diancie. Am I saying that right? Diancie? Huh. Anyways, that Leech Seed is still kind of like cheesing me. So the first thing I want to do is go for a U-turn instead of a hard switch because, you know, whenever you can get that switch initiative, it's always better than hard switching out. Not very effective. You know, if I ever get a Diancie, I'll name it Beyonce. Beyonce the Diancie. Anyways, I go into my Jurassic here, knowing that this thing is Rock Fairy. Can't really do too much for me. Diamond Storm, I don't know what the heck that is. Is it Fairy? Is it Rock? It's probably Rock. That's why it's not very effective. But interestingly enough, it raises this thing's defense, which kind of like irks me because I'm not going to be able to take it out as easily. Anyways, the whole point I wanted to go into my Groudon here, aside from absorbing damage from this thing, was to get off a late game Stealth Rock. Because, you know, anytime someone has a battle style that involves a lot of switching, is what I do. So interestingly enough, I get a free Stealth Rock off because he goes and withdraws into his Umbreon. And I really don't feel like taking a, you know, Yawn or Toxic right now, my Groudon. So I know what you're trying to do. I'm going to switch out, go back in Shade, and I'm going to try to get off a U-turn on you. I knew it. I knew the Toxic was coming. So another reason why I chose Shade to switch into rather than anyone else. Now he's going to go ahead and switch into the Slowking here, probably wanting to get off a Psychic. And I'm going to go for that U-turn again for that super effective damage. Very nice. Should mention that Shade is holding a King's Rock instead of Life Orb this time. I want to avoid Choice Band as much as I can because I hate being confined to one move. Just for, you know, yeah, it's a major attack boost, but still. I'm going to send out Django, my Victory Bell, and try to Power Whip this thing back to wherever it came from. But he's going to switch out to the Rayquaza, which is pretty much bad news for me. Now, I should mention that Django's carrying, what's he carrying? The Life Orb, and he is Chlorophyll, so that's pretty much why I have Groudon on my team. So Django goes for the Power Whip here, doesn't do anything really. That's alright, we're still in a good position. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna go switch back into like my Klefki or something, just in case Fire Blast comes my way. And why I say that is I think I can take a Fire Blast from this Rayquaza. In the sun, yes I know, in the sun, but it's Klefki with a screen. So he goes for an Overheat actually, which probably would have taken me out if it had not been for that light screen that I just set up. So all in all, he lowers his special attack harshly. I'm gonna go switch back out into Arsenio, my Arcanine. Reason being is this thing packs an Outrage. I gave it an Air Balloon too. So the Parahax is coming through, but yeah, I pack an Outrage on this Arcanine. I'm not gonna go for it now, obviously, because I go for Extreme Speed, just in case he had Extreme Speed. So that takes care of the Rayquaza there. So now he probably thinks I don't have anything for this Slowking, but I actually do. But I'm not gonna show my whole hand just yet, because I'm predicting a Water move. Which is why I go right back into Jacko, my Lantern. She's gonna take that Scald nice and easy and add it to her bank account right there. He's gonna withdraw, and you know, I kind of knew he would switch out, so I just go for a Charge Beam regardless. At least I think I do. Yeah, I do. Because the special attack boost is always nice. Now what sucks is this thing is especially defensive, this Umbreon. Most likely, as most Umbreons are. But I think he's going to want to Toxic my Lantern again, because it is a wall. So I go back out into my Shade to pretty much nullify that. Yeah! So he's going to withdraw again, and now the Stealth Rocks are pretty much, you know, paying for themselves at this point. So, he goes back out into Diancie again. I'm not going to go for the Brave Bird or the U-turn. I go for a Sludge Bomb because I wanted just to see if he would switch, which he did. Now, I am going to go for that U-turn. And having no clue what Diancie's like to do, I don't even know where he got this thing. It has a Japanese name. I guess you can get them from an event, but I've never heard of anyone. I've never even seen one up until now in the game, so... Anyways, my Jurassic pretty much walls this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back out into him. I should say. Doesn't have a gender. Going to go for a Moonblast, interestingly enough. That does nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more HP back with those leftovers. And now, I'm not sure if he wants to switch out or not, if he's going to predict the Earthquake. Would be a pretty good play on his part. So, you know, he does. And I think I go for the Fire Punch here. Pretty sure. Let's see. No, I don't. Go for the Earthquake. My bad. Anyways, that's good because being physically offensive, that pretty much makes Umbreon bite the dust. So Groudon's just putting in work here. Just another sunny day for him. He's gonna go back and send out that Mega Venusaur, which is a big threat to my Jurassic here. So I gotta take care of that and get him out as soon as possible. The only reason I stayed in because I wanted to get off an Earthquake. But I couldn't because this thing hits me with the damn sleep powder. So that pretty much threw a wrench into that plan. But not to worry, I do have another option to go into to take care of this thing. But first, I should probably set up another light screen eventually, since most Mega Venusaurs are especially offensive as well. Hits me with another Leech Seed. Come on. Anyways, not that it's gonna like throw a wrench to my overall game plan here, but I really would like to get off of Brave Bird. But fearing the switch, like he does there, it's probably a better idea to go for that U-turn again, since he brought up the Diancie the last time we tried to do this. It's kind of ironic. Stealth Rock's digging into a floating rock. If anything, Diancie's just like a giant floating Stealth Rock. Pink on it. Does it evolve from a Carbink or something? That's what I would think. Anyways, I go back out into Klefki, because like I said, I gotta get those screens back up. It's like when you're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and they're knocking down like the wood and stuff, you gotta put the things back up. So, there should be a zombie Pokemon. Anyways, goes for another Moonblast, which is just weird because Klefki's Steel and Fairy. How do you think? And I have a light screen up. So I'm not too sure what they were thinking there. Maybe Diancie packs some mad power I don't even know about. But I'm gonna go for a Thunder Wave because I gotta slow this thing down if I want to hit it. And not take a lot of damage. So originally I was going to let Klefki die here, but it actually hangs out with 6 HP, which is an even bigger bonus. Because now I'm going to switch out into something else and save Klefki for later. Why not, right? The only other option I had with Klefki was Foul Play, and this thing doesn't look like it's a physical attacker at all. So I'm going to go back into Jacko, my Lantern. She is going to eat up that Moonblast, like it was a Sunday or something. But the annoying part of that is it lowered my special attack, which means I gotta go for a Charge Beam now. And surely enough, I knew he would switch out because he probably thought I was gonna go for a Hydro Pump, which Jacko does not carry. Anyways, this is gonna be nice because it's gonna take care of the Slowking. And what I really appreciate was that my special attack wasn't lowered to the point where this thing lived with like 2 HP. That would have been a real annoyance. Anyways, he brings back out this Diancie. This fancy Diancie here. I'm going to go for a Scald. I would have really liked to get off another Charge Beam though, just to have Lantern kind of sweep. But the Parahax is also nice as well. So this thing has leftovers, which has been pretty much keeping it more alive than it should be this whole game. He's going to go back out into his Mega Venusaur, which pretty much completely walls me. Except for that Ice Beam, but you know, Mega Venusaur has thick fat. So my plan here was to like set up a Charge Beam, raise my special attack to a point where the Ice Beam would actually hurt a little bit more. But unfortunately, he gets a Sleep Powder. Oh, he doesn't. I really thought he got it off. That just scared me actually. It scared me out into going for the Volt Switch. So I'm going back out into you know who. You guessed it. A trusty old shiny Crobat Shade. And I'm going to go for the U-turn, just because he still has another option left to switch into, and I don't want to have Shade take a Life Orb Brave Bird recoil for nothing. So, I'm going to go back out into my Groudon who's asleep. And he probably thought I was going to stay in for that Brave Bird, so that's why he went for the Sleep Pad. Now I'm going to switch back out and go into Arsenio. And right here, I'm thinking, like, please don't use Sleep Powder again, because that would just suck. Goes for the Gary Drain. So, that was actually a pretty good play on my part. Now, I'm going to be able to Flare Blitz this thing. Although he popped my Air Balloon. So, he's going to switch out. He has no other choice there. Stealth Rock should take this Diancie down to a little more. There we go. And I can still hit this thing up with a Flare Blitz, no problem. Nice and beautiful. As always, I really regret not being able to put Morning Sun on my Arcanine. With the team I have right now, Morning Sun is a stretch to get it to fit. But anyways, I am going to retreat and go into my Groudon just in case he wants to hit me with the Sleep Powder again. which he did. And you know what? He knows I'm going to switch out again after this, but I'm going to double switch into something that I don't really give a crap about as well with the sleep powder. Goes for a leech seed actually this time. So again, you know, Klefki put in a lot of work. Pretty much the MVP of this team, the point guard if you will, sets everyone else up for their points and whatnot, but he goes down here. So I still got to nickname him, by the way. I got a couple in mind, but really got to get around to it. Anyways, it's pretty much checkmate for him. At this point, I'm like, please God, please make this guy stick around and not DC right after this Venusaur dies so I can at least get the battle video. Because this Brave Bird just pretty much sends him back into the Stone Age as it goes down like the Leviathan beast it is. And Shade lives. That's a bonus. Shade usually doesn't make it till the end sometimes. But yeah, guys, that was a different battle using an oddly different team than I would have really used. And so far, so good. I mean, no one really screwed up yet. So, yeah. Anyways, if you guys like what you see here, don't forget to smash that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.